Yeah. Yeah, sure. Because the only reason something like that would make you sick is from calories, so... You meant healthy? Oh, okay. Save you time and money. Well, like I said, the money is pretty much irrelevant because let's say it's just like a society where, like, this is a thing. So everybody saves the same amount of money, which means basically nothing. Yeah, like nobody... Okay, the restaurant industry would die. Chefs would die as a profession. Chefing. So where the fuck are you gonna get good food from anyway? Although I guess it is a separate question to ask if you were just like offered this in like a genie situation or if it's a thing that like everybody does. Because I think in a society where like most people have done that and there's no restaurants and there's no chefs and like there's no fucking, there wouldn't be any fucking grocery stores. You just kind of have to do this or you die. It's a good fucking Black Mirror episode, but I don't think I would appreciate it in my society. If it was just me for a genie, I don't think I would do it. I like food too much. Trying to kill Gordon Ramsay. No, Gordon Ramsay's cool. Gordon Ramsay's cool. I know you hate this as much as me. People calling gorillas, chimps, etc. monkeys. I mean, it's wrong, but I feel like I don't come across it in my life enough to say that I hate it. I did it again. I'm fucking hungry and I'm thirsty, and I didn't go and get more water or any food. Next time I fucking reset, somebody scream at me to go do that. You don't think you'd miss it if it was a society of not eating? I think you're underestimating how much I like food. The more time would be good, but if society got fucking more time, you don't think that you'd just be expected to fucking work anyway? Like, I don't think the more time is a good argument. I don't think the more money is a good argument. Because it would be just as much free time. Unless you just don't work, in which case it's not that much more time either. Because, like, I guess you do, but, like, all day you're just fucking doing nothing anyway. So, is that really more time? Heard the Steve Harvey thing. Yeah, if we came from monkeys, why we still got monkeys? I have heard that. That's such a fucking stupid argument. I remember one time when I was like 14 or something, my mom said that unironically, and I was kind of just like, that's not how that works. I'd like to think she knows better now. But I would like to think she knows better now. Dude, why am I so hungry? I ate like 3 slices of pizza earlier. They were kind of small though. Domino's had a thing on here the other day where you could get a medium pizza, fucking 12-inch pizza, which is a medium pizza, 12-inch pizza. So fucking pretty, you know, fair, decent-sized fucking pizza for $3.50. And they were limited to 3 per order, and you fucking bet me that I didn't buy 3. And I still got half of one left upstairs, and I ate some of it today. Not too long ago, and yet I'm hungry. If we were once babies, how come babies exist now? Pretty much. I mean, like, I feel like anything like that, especially if you're somebody like Steve Harvey and you're in a public place, like if you're in a public forum saying something like that, like facts are not going to make you be like, oh yeah, actually shit, you're right. Like you're just saying that to try and like further some kind of agenda that you have. For Steve Harvey, obviously it's religion. He's trying to say that so people will hear it and be like, ah shit, that's a good point. Maybe fucking Catholicism or whatever the fuck, maybe they got a point. And that's the only reason he says that shit. I don't even know if he himself believes it. He might know better. And that's why it's so frustrating. That's why the most frustrating part about the society that we live in is that only some people get a platform. And that's the people, sometimes they're deserving of it and sometimes they're not. And that's just kind of how it works with how many fucking people. Imagine if there was a world where only fucking 3 people existed. You fucking bet me that those 3 people would not know each other's fucking thoughts and feelings and emotions fucking better than anything. Because that's all they would have to do is just talk. And before the internet and before, you know, even before fucking travel, you know, it would be so easy to get your voice heard by like everybody, by like the maximum amount of people. But now that that maximum is so much higher, it's so much more difficult because everybody's competing for it and only some people can get it. Like, a society like this can only support so many people having a voice. And when people who don't deserve it get it, it's incredibly frustrating. It's a pog chimp. I like him. That used to be a global. It was global for 4 days. He loved it so much he made it a sub emote. Pog Monkey doesn't sound as good as Pog Chimp. That is 100% true. You know, that's fucking hashtag real talk for a second. A while back when I was so frustrated about like not growing my stream and shit, and like anytime that I get frustrated about something like that, it's not because I want to make any money off of this, and it's not because like I want to be like fucking, I want to have, well, no, it is. The main reason, the main reason that it's so frustrating to like stagnate and like see other people have like so many viewers and shit is just because like I feel like often I feel like I don't have a voice and my voice just cracked, which is appropriate. But it's really frustrating seeing other people. They can just like, you know, talk about ideas that they have and talk about things that they want to talk about and get feedback on it and have like, you know, listen to so many like genuine opinions about people that care about what they're doing. And even from people that don't, and it'll just reach more people because that's how fucking, especially social media, that's just how it works. It's just once you grow a little bit, it just gets exponentially better. And it's really frustrating when like, you know, if I want to say something, like to just know that there's no easy way to like spread that message, even if it's not a fucking message that like matters. It's just frustrating knowing that there are people that aren't me that can so easily do that, and I can't. I don't know why I dropped that, Wes. I feel like my thumb didn't move, and yet I dropped it. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make a highlight of this stream. This has been a good stream. Said some funny shit, said some real shit. This has been a good stream. I probably won't highlight any of the death stuff because I mean, personally, I don't like talking about it or thinking about it, but it wasn't like, you know, to the point where I would have like stopped the conversation. But like, you know, that's just kind of a pretty fucking big downer, so I wouldn't put that in a highlight video. But yeah, there's been some good shit. I thought that a while ago that I was just gonna make a highlight of this stream. Trihex could tweet right square bracket and get 1,000 retweets. Yeah. It's luck and riding a wave. Yeah, I don't know I don't know to what extent it is luck. Like obviously the people who are like really big are really big for a reason. But some people do get lucky. Sometimes it's luck. I feel like, you know, relatively like mid-size popularity people, that's a lot of, that's more or less luck. But if you're like really big, you're really big because you put in work. Or I mean, if you want to count, like, for streaming in particular, if you were speedrunning, like, 6 years ago, you're probably big now, if you kept up with it. And you can call that luck. I don't know if I would. But there is that. Come on. Thank you. Let's fucking go, dude. I just got first cycle. Bringing it back to ghosts, though. Dude, angle. Come on. Alright, this is not gonna work. That was stupid. That was incredibly stupid. Alright. That works. Dude, I have no idea what any of this geometry looks like, and that's really, really frustrating when I'm trying to do this trick. Alright, so I could have had this ages ago, I'm pretty sure. So that would have been a gold. For sure, if I wasn't a dumb shit. Ghosts can't interact with the real world. What's stopping ghosts from interacting with each other? I mean, is there anything? Is that coming from... And is that based on anything? I feel like there's... Like, that's not part of ghost lore, is that they can't interact with each other. I mean, even fucking I would have gotten big for my SMS improvement, dude. And, like, obviously, like, I'm not that good at the game, but the level of, like, skill that I had at the game would have gotten me fucking huge in, like, 2010. Even 2012, probably. Kendrick is still unknown amongst lots of people. Nah, Kendrick's fine. Kendrick, I think, is fine. Like, you know, Kendrick is selling out at arenas, you know, and he's... Maybe he's not, like, fucking, say, Drake levels of popular. But, I mean, his message is being heard. And that makes me, like, super hyped for him. Because he has a really good message. And he's putting it out in a really good way. And people are hearing it, and people are caring about it. And I was talking about this with Stu a while back, but I think that him and people like him are, you know, spreading actual awareness of actual social issues that people should care about, and they wouldn't have if it weren't for people like him. And I think that's really, really cool. Kendrick, a lot of his music and a lot of his message is about giving back to the community, and I think he's probably one of the people that's, like, doing it right, for sure. But for you know, as cool as that is, you know, Kendrick is going fucking platinum and selling out arenas. But how many fucking SoundCloud rappers are putting out good shit that you've never heard and you never will hear? Because why the fuck would you? Because there's just so many of them. That how do you find the good shit from the bad shit? There's just no way, because everybody is going to be promoting their own shit as if it's the best, but you know, only some of them are actually going to be the best. But you're just never going to hear it, because you're not going to fucking spend all the time to like sort through all the bullshit. And it's the exact same on Twitch. Like, I could spend 24 hours of my fucking day on Twitch in the directory for whatever game I want to watch, and watch an hour of, you know, fucking everybody who streams. And you know, I'd probably find a streamer I really liked, and I'd find plenty who I didn't, but nobody has that kind of time, and nobody's gonna do that. Because that's just not the way it works. It's so much easier to watch a stream with, like, a huge amount of viewers, especially somewhere like Twitch where the chat experience is such a huge part of it. The chat experience is always going to be good if there are actual people watching. You know, even somebody big can do that, right? Like, I have a lot of fun in Trihex's chat, and it's not just, like, spamming emotes. Like, I have, like, actual conversations and interactions, both with the chat and Trihex himself, even though he gets, like, thousands of people watching him. And, that's probably just because, you know, that's the community that he decided to build for himself, and he did a really good job of it. But it's just so much more consistent to watch somebody who's good. You click on a stream with like a couple hundred viewers, and you're like, well, this must be good because a couple hundred people are watching it. And what the fuck do you have to lose if like 1 in every 5 of those streams that you decide to check out you just aren't a huge fan of? Like, you just kind of click away and that's fine. But you're not going to do that. You might do that for like the couple of big streams that are in the directory for the game you want to watch. You're not going to do that for the fucking 100 little streams in that directory, right? That's why I think it's a lot easier to get popular with kind of a mid-level popularity game like Sunshine rather than something like SM64 or even this, which is a more popular game. Because with a smaller community, you're going to get more people actually clicking on you because there's less to pick from. There's less oversaturation. But I mean, you know, it's not impossible. Like, especially in speedrunning, like, you can just kind of get popular if you're good. And you can put in that work. Or you can put in the work to grow your stream and, like, have your stream be high quality. And then it's more about that than it is about the game. But that's just kind of different ways that you can choose to do it as a streamer. Bouncy level? Yeah. I know I missed a bunch of chat, by the way. I'm gonna catch up during the Zelda cutscene. But yeah, B-Boy does have a good level. Even like Trihex's chat, like I said, is like not super crazy, and I wouldn't mind that either. Although, you know, I've seen fucking smaller streamers have chats that I would not dare to have, and pretty much Pope is like the only one that I can think of right now. But yeah, like fucking, I mean, I can have fun in like Clint's chat too, but like that's not because I'm actually having conversations or interactions. That's just because I'm fucking spamming dumb shit. But that's fun sometimes too, and that's a thing. You know, that's fine. Every now and again, the thing that you say like gets picked up by the chat, or like Clint reads it out loud and then the chat laughs at it, and that's fun. That's fun for a different reason. But either way, it's more fun than just watching a fucking boring streamer with no chat. And like, that's what most small streams are. And for that reason, I'm not going to spend my time, and nobody is going to spend their time. Very few people. And I do it sometimes too, but it's very rare that I do it, and it's very rare that people do it in general, I think. That just scroll all the way down to the tiny fucking streams and just pick one at random and just hang out and chat. It almost never happens. And I don't blame anybody for that. Because again, why the fuck would they? Because that experience is almost never good. Yeah, it's not in your control. To some extent, it's not in your control. Because, like, you know, I could do, like, some sort of, like, clickbait bullshit. I could probably upload a video on YouTube and make it, like, super clickbaity and, like, spam it in, like, relevant communities or whatever. I could probably get a video on YouTube to get, like, a shitload of views. Not, like, a shitload for YouTube, but, like, you know, probably at least 1 million. I'd like to think that I could do that. But, like, I would have to, like, totally fucking cheat. Like, I would have to make it the most clickbaity bullshit and just, like, self-promote fucking everywhere. And I'm not talking about a fucking stream highlight. If there was any fucking way for me to get a stream highlight to 1 million views, I would fucking do it. But I would make some shit with like a fucking like naked girl in the thumbnail, and then like have the fucking title be like some sort of dumb bullshit, and then fucking spam it literally fucking everywhere I could think of. Even then, it's a fucking toss-up. But it's at least possible that way. But if you want to like grow organically, that's just kind of, it's a fucking coin flip. Whether you're gonna fucking get anywhere. You know, I've been fucking streaming on and off for almost 2 years now, and I barely have anything to show for it. And there's some people who started streaming like last year, and they're fucking huge. Like, that's just kind of how it goes. Like, you can stay on top of trends if that's the kind of thing you want to do. But like, if you don't want to do that, then it's just a fucking coin flip, dude. And that aspect of it really sucks sometimes. It makes it more rewarding to a point, in a way, to be like, ah, shit, I got lucky, so now I need to like not squander this opportunity and keep growing. Because once you've grown like a little bit, I feel like it's easier to grow. It's the hardest thing is getting off the ground for stuff like this. Alright, I had my sword out last time and I failed that. Maybe that's why. Yeah, no, partly, I'm not saying nobody ever does it. But it's rare. Like, I don't know how Lombardi found me. I just got a fucking random host from him one day. Maybe he was just looking in the Sunshine directory looking for someone to host. And that wouldn't surprise me if that's what he was doing. Because people do that. Especially when looking for people to host. But the amount of times, like, I don't do that usually, because the times that I've done it, it ends up really fucking poorly. And I'm gonna not do that in the future. You know, like, it's just, when there's nothing, you know, it's like, even if you're a really good streamer, even if you're a fucking diamond in a pile of shit, if you don't have any viewers, you're still brown. Like, that's maybe the best way to put it. That's a good way, I think, to think of it. Because, like, maybe you're, like, a super good streamer. What the fuck is my angle? And maybe if people, like, manage to find you, then they stick around because they like you. Because how do you not like you? Because you're a really good streamer. But the issue is that nobody fucking watches ever. Don't be brown. Okay, listen. Consistently have at least 10 viewers per day. You can probably grow. Yeah, 10. I would love to be at the point where, like, I could not stream and get less than 10 viewers. If I had that, that would be sick. I would love that. Maybe on, like, really shitty days, I get less than 10. Like, right now I have 4. At least that's what Twitch is telling me. And 4, at this point, I'm okay with it because I haven't streamed in, like, 2 weeks. But something that is 100% true, it's something that can 100% and is 100% true, is that the more consistently you stream, the more viewers you get. I've always noticed this with no exception. If I stream multiple times over, like, multiple days in a row, the numbers just grow. And obviously that plateaus at some point. But it's an extremely real thing with streaming. If you want to, like, probably the biggest fucking mistake that small streamers, including me, who want to grow, make, is they just stream, like, whenever they feel like it, and they just stream whenever they feel like it. If you don't have any kind of consistency, you can't grow. I've referred to it as stream momentum, and I think that's a catchy name for it, so I like calling it that. But yeah, I've definitely noticed it before, and I'm gonna try and stream tomorrow. I'm gonna try to stream a lot in the next little bit. I have finals in a couple weeks, So I'm going to start studying a little bit for that. Not to the point where, like, I can't stream. But once I'm actually in them, I'm not going to stream, like, that entire week. But then I'm going to be working full-time. At which point, I can stream a lot more consistently. Because I'm not going to have, like, schoolwork to do outside of school. Yeah, hopefully more consistent streams soon. If you stream regularly for a month, you get nothing, but if you don't stream for 2 weeks, you get everyone. Well, that's actually kind of the opposite effect that comes if you're a bad streamer, because then people are kind of like, they forget how bad of a streamer you were, and after 2 weeks, they're like, oh, maybe he's better, and then they watch, they're like, no, and then they just kind of drop off, but then they forget again. Stream viewers have a notoriously bad memory. They're like goldfish. One of those partners who gets 100 followers and is like, I only got 3 new subs. I feel like 3 new subs would be bad, though. Like, that's kind of the thing that is really, really important to keep in mind with this kind of stuff. And I tweeted this probably a couple weeks ago. I don't know if anybody saw it. I know, I think Lumardi, like, liked it, or somebody said something. Oh, no, I think Hooktail said something about it in Discord. But, like, as much as you can look at anybody who's bigger than you on Twitch, or anybody who's more successful than you in any respect, and think, I wish I had what they had. I wish I had that number of viewers. I wish I had that much money. Whatever the fuck it is, you can always look at somebody else and say, I wish I had that. That person is looking at somebody else and saying, I wish I had that. You never reach a point where you're just like, okay, this is good enough for me. Like Lamarty said earlier that he would be okay with like Bouncy Boy's level of popularity. And I'm not saying you wouldn't be okay with it, but it's really easy to say that now. But by the time, let's say that you stream like consistently and you grow to the point where you get fucking, what does B-Boy get? Like 200, 300 viewers? Average, probably more when he's like on a good damage deal run or whatever. But like, if that just happened overnight, you'd probably be hyped, but it doesn't. It happens over a long period of time, and at each step, I mean, it's not even steps, it's continuous, but you just get used to how much it is. Like right now I'm used to 4 viewers. Maybe tomorrow I'm gonna get 5, and that's gonna be, you know, okay, cool, 5 viewers. And then maybe I stream for a month, I get 1 extra viewer a day. By the end of the month, I have fucking 35 viewers, and then that's normal for me. And then maybe I stream for a year, and then I have fucking 400 viewers, and then that's normal for me. And then maybe the next day, I get 300. And I'm like, why the fuck do I only have 300 viewers today? I've been getting over 300 viewers for like 3 months now. Why did it suddenly drop off? Whereas now I'm saying 300 viewers will be awesome. If I'm going from 400 to 300, then I'm not going to think that's awesome, because that's just kind of my reference point. You just always get a new reference point for this kind of stuff. You don't know if you'd want to be Clint popular? Chat was so fast you couldn't talk. Less of a streamer, more of a celebrity on a pedestal. I understand that, but I mean, I wouldn't necessarily agree with that, because at that point, well, like, how do you feel about YouTube people? Because YouTube people have way less audience interactivity. Because I feel like at that point for a stream, it's like less of kind of, you know, what makes streams good to us is the chat interaction, right? And that's obviously the case for most people on Twitch, I would say. But, you know, for YouTube videos, that doesn't have anything to do with it. So if you kind of would just start looking at streaming through that lens, I think, if that were the case. Yeah. I think you could always get to a point where chat was, like, manageable. I mean, no, obviously that's not true. There's a point where it's not, but I don't think Clint's at that point. I think you could easily have as many viewers as Clint with a chat that you could still read and interact with. But you would have to stay on top of it. Not just having mods that, like, delete spam and shit, but, like, you need to build your community so that it's made of people who don't do that. Right. That's kind of a thing that people probably don't think about when they're like smaller streamers. But I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to this stuff, but like I feel like that's probably true though, is that you just kind of have to be the kind of person that people who like to spam emotes don't like to watch. And if you do that, then your chat just kind of stays cool. And obviously you have to play a part in that to not encourage it when it does happen. Right? But if you're just kind of a certain kind of person, then those kinds of people will follow. Like, there's, yeah, you could fucking, like, R9K and shit, but, like, that's not gonna do much. If you can't control a chat like Clint's, because people go to Clint's chat expecting to be able to do that shit, and they can because the mods let it happen, because Clint doesn't care, because that's just the kind of chat that he wants, and I think that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I think it's funny. Like, I love watching Clint highlights, and my favorite part about it is that he has a little box that shows the chat from, like, that point in the VOD. And I think that's great because you watch it and like Clint does something stupid and you see a bunch of lulz and you get like a sense of community that's like, oh, hey, everybody else this is funny. I'm laughing with everybody else. Or like Clint says something really stupid and you see a bunch of fucking question marks and it's like, yeah, we all think this is stupid. There's a sense of community. There's a sense of like audience. It's the same feeling that you'd get in like a movie theater where like something funny happens in the movie and like everybody laughs at it. Same kind of shit. But not everybody would want to chat like that. And I think that's totally fine, too. It's just personal preference, pretty much. But, you know, it's just kind of different strokes kind of thing. Oops. Yeah, totally different atmospheres. But that's just kind of part of the beauty of Twitch, really, is that you can have both of those things just coexist. I don't have my shield on. I was like, why can't I do any of the shield stuff? Oh, I didn't even get it off the fucking enemy. I just got it off the Navi talking to me. Do I have enough health to do what I need to do here? I think I do. I'm going to save anyway to save my choose in case I screw up. But I don't think I'm going to have to save warp. Because I don't take damage. I'll take a half heart of fall damage. You know what? I'll refill from the pots in here. That seems like a good plan. That's a nut. That's a heart. Okay, that's plenty. But yeah, it has less to do with how popular you are, I think, and more to do with just kind of the kind of person you are, really. I healed, and then I took the exact same amount of damage in the fight, so that's good. And that doesn't drop hearts. Fuck. You like doing Wind Waker randomizers to get good viewership in a follower each stream? Yeah, like, that's a really important part. Like, you know, I think a lot of this, like, stupid, like, positivity shit. Now, there's nothing wrong with positivity, and I do think it's good in a general sense. But one of the bad things I think about it is that you get all these big streamers saying shit like, oh, play whatever you want, and, like, whatever. Shit like that. But, you know, it's... Not only is there no reason not to just play whatever gets you the most viewers if that's what you want, but there's no fucking shame in that. Like, if you're just like, oh yeah, if you just like getting viewers, like, that's totally fine. Yeah, like, if you're not getting growth from it, then, like, fuck it. If you want growth and you're not getting it, and you just want to do something that's, you know, is gonna get you that, then do that. Like, you know, that's just kind of... And I'm not saying this to you as if, like, you know, you don't know it already, Varlin. I'm really more so speaking to, like, the fucking big Twitch streamers who, like, maybe would have you feel like you're not allowed to do that. You know, that it's a bad thing to do that, even though it's totally, totally, totally not. You in general, yeah. Yeah. And I mean, you can, you know, it's, fucking, like, I don't care either. But, like, you hear enough of that stuff going around and it can start to get in your head. Like, really depends on who's in your circle. The kind of stuff that can kind of work its way into your head and become normalized. I was so fucking worried that I wasn't going to get him, that I wasn't on him for that entire time. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's so good. That's so good. Run's alive. All right. Kind of a shitty run. Kind of a shitty run because I missed Castle Before Night, but we're back in it. Speedrun Johnny Bravo. You're not going to play something you hate because you get 20 new followers a week? Yeah. I mean, I guess there is a balance to it, and it's different for everybody, right? Like, some people, like, I know Partly is somebody who, like, doesn't really give a shit about growth. He's just kind of like, yeah, I'll stream whatever I'm playing. And that's, like, totally cool, too. And there's a lot of people who stream shit that they hate just because they're like, yeah, I like streaming and I like getting growth. And that's, like, totally fine, too. It's just up to, like, you as a person. You have the world record? In what? Johnny Bravo? I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. I was saying the other day, and I might actually do this soon if I get motivated enough. I might, like, just find a game that, like, nobody speedruns and just run it. Just, like, 100% purely for the self-improvement and, like, the self-competition stuff. Because I think that would be cool. And then I'd have to, like, do, like, routing and fucking glitch hunting or whatever. I think that'd be cool. You'd rather just stream whatever than grow hating something. Yeah. Yeah, and like that's cool. Johnny Bravo in the Hucka Mega Mighty Ultra Extreme Datarama. Nightmare Creatures and 64 and PS1. Literally never heard of it. Sometimes those are the best speed games though. Critical Depth. Also never heard of that. It would be cool to play a game. I should fucking speedrun. I'm thinking of... I got a few ideas. I should speedrun just something that, like, I played as a kid. That I've, like, never thought of since. That was a big gold, damn. Gold. It sounded like I said goal for a second there. That was a big goal of mine to speedrun a game that I played as a kid. Fuck. The Composer brothers are gonna make me lose my composure. if they make me lose any more time. You guys like that? You guys like that one? Like, there's people that I have a feeling just don't like streaming, but they just do it because they have, like, kind of a big following, and they know people, like, want them to and expect it. And, you know, maybe it's about that. I don't want to go ahead and say that, like, they're just doing it for money, because I know streaming isn't, like, great money, especially at the level of the people that, like, I'm thinking about. I'm not going to name names, though, but there's definitely people who, in my opinion, from my best guess, from what I can tell, just straight up don't like streaming, but they just do it anyway. You know, whatever reason they do it, I can't say, but, you know. Nice. I was really worried I was going to mess up that strat. I practiced it a bit earlier because I was sick of fucking not doing it because I was scared. Because that actually loses more time than you might think because it makes you miss cycles in here with these platforms. You should run McKids. That stupid fucking, like, McDonald's thing. I might miss these cycles anyway. No, I won't. I was gonna say I might because of the stupid backflip I did, but it's fine. Alright, I haven't wasted any bomb shoes. Still not gonna go for Spirit Hover because I'm not a dumb shit. But, yeah, not gonna lose any more time to that. At least 1 or 2 streamers, you don't think they would stream if they were at 15 average. It is. It's obvious, because it has to be obvious, because we're all fucking people. You can tell when someone's not enjoying something, and you can tell when they are. And, like, I don't even think these people are trying to fool anybody, because they know people just don't care. Because, like, you know, there's probably a lot of big streamers who don't like streaming that you would never say it because they're decent actors, right? Like, that's gotta be true, right? But there's definitely some where it just kind of looks like they're not having a good time when they do it. And that sucks. That they I don't know. Does it, like, I mean, obviously they want to or else they wouldn't. Like, in some respect. Like, if it wasn't giving them, like, enjoyment in some way, whether it be streaming or the money they get from it or the fucking clout or whatever the fuck, they wouldn't do it if they didn't like something from it. But, you know, who the fuck am I to say that they shouldn't be doing it? Right? So, I don't know. Like, I generally don't like watching people who it doesn't seem like they like streaming, because I like to watch people having a good time, as most people do. Like Download, just like Download. That fucker is so fucking fake. Oh my god. Every fucking time Download clicks, I don't know why Download ever goes live. Oh my god, he clearly hates it, and he's only doing it for the money. He's such a fucking greedy little bitch, and I hate him. I'm not much better because I pretend like I like him, but that's only for the clout that I get from doing fucking co-op streams with him. Yeah, I mean Dolande, yeah. I forgot about that. I was gonna meme about that. When I saw it, when Download said it in Discord, I made a point. I was like, I need to meme about that sometime soon. And then I forgot. Streaming is your main source of income. Yeah. Yeah, it's there's a balance there, right? Like, there must be, where, like, I don't, it's such, like, I almost don't want to talk about it, because, like, I'm so obviously, like, out of my element talking about this. And I mean, we all are. That doesn't mean we're not allowed to talk about it, of course, but like, I don't want to if I'm just gonna be like talking bullshit, you know what I mean? But yeah, like it's such, I don't know. Like I do think that when people say shit like, you know, oh, it's fine if you don't sub. Like I've seen a couple Twitter arguments where one person will say like, you know, I really wish people wouldn't apologize to me when they can't sub, because that's not what it's about. If you're here, if you're watching, then you're supporting the stream, and I appreciate that. So it's totally fine if you can't sub. Don't feel the need to apologize for it. And then somebody else will come back and say, that's bullshit. You wouldn't be doing this if people weren't subbing to you. Obviously, that's why you're doing it. Like, it's especially in the context of it's a big streamer, it's a full-time streamer. You know, it's a main source of income for them. It's like, well, obviously you care about it. Like, you can't... And people will say there's a double standard sometimes, where you kind of need to balance between saying it doesn't matter. It's totally cool. Like, you need to make people feel comfortable with not subbing, but while still encouraging them to sub, and that it's like a balancing act, or it's a double standard, or it's whatever. And I don't think that I agree with that. I think it's totally valid to say as a streamer, like, it's totally fine if you don't sub, but like, I also want you to and really appreciate it if you do. Like, you know, I think that to imply that that's not okay would be like saying that, like, you know, you'd have to, it's a huge fucking blanket statement to be like, okay, either sub or get out. Like, I can still appreciate your being here, even if I would also appreciate your sub, right? Especially if, like, you know, maybe people who say like they appreciate it just as much, like, maybe that's a little bit bullshit, and maybe that's what people are getting at when they say it. I don't know, but I think it is pretty misleading, I think, to say that there's a double standard or that you have to be a hypocrite about it. Hypocrite is kind of the word I was looking for, not so much double standard. But yeah, I don't agree that that's a hypocrisy, really. Yeah, there's a difference, exactly. There's a difference between saying it in general and saying it to a particular person. Right? That's an extremely good point. Like, you know, you can say, like, hey guys, sub to me, and then if one person says, I can't, you can be like, oh, that's cool. Like, that's not saying, oh, that means you don't really care about subs. Like, no, it's just saying I don't care about this one particular person who said that they can't. Like, that's fine. I don't know. Like, it's... Yeah, there's a difference between general and specific with that. That was an extremely stupid death, by the way. And what's even more stupid is now I need to spend an ass load of time damage boosting off this asshole. Hopefully I can just do it, like, off of his club and not get blown back. You know what? Let me just get blown back, actually. That's probably faster in the long run. If literally no one subbed, you couldn't do it. Yeah. Because it is a balancing act between, you know, being straight up and, you know, because you don't want to, like, you don't want to lie to people, but at the same time, you don't want to discourage people from subbing. And I understand why people would think that that's maybe a little bit hypocritical. I don't agree with it at all. Dude, I lost so much time there. Fuck. Alright, I have so much time to make up in spirit, though. So much time to make up in spirit. Partly, what do you mean by you'd rather avoid the situation where people want to support but can't? Don't know what you mean by that. I kind of really want shawarma. I don't know why. And I'm not sure how late the shawarma place is open. on weekdays. But I might be going down there after the stream. Alright, let's fucking first try this super slide, dude. I need a win. Thank you. It's awkward. Yeah. I was holding fucking the wrong way. How? I was holding like down right and it still treated it like I was holding left. Because like I think the mindset of the kind of people who think that that's hypocritical is thinking that, you know, if you say, oh, don't worry about it. If somebody says I can't sub this month and you say don't worry about it, I think the mindset is that everybody else is going to hear that and be like, oh, well then that means they don't appreciate my sub. And that's not how that works. You can appreciate the subs that do come in while not like shaming the people who can't. Like, that's just kind of, I don't know, like it doesn't make any sense to say otherwise. If you can't sub, I mean, yeah, like what else do you do? Exactly, yeah, what the fuck else? Like, oh, like what's the alternative? I think I actually fucking got in an argument with one of these people on Twitter one time, and part of my argument was, what's the alternative, right? What's the alternative to saying, oh, it's fine, don't worry about it? Like, you just say, you know, oh, well, that actually really fucking hurt. Like, you fucking guilt them into it, or like make them feel guilty at all. Like, that's not the solution. I don't think anybody would think that's the solution. And then the person came back with something like, well, that's the point, that it's supposed to be, that it's this like balancing act, and it's like bullshit on both sides. But like, I don't think it is. It's just kind of, that's just kind of the way it is. Like, you kind of just, if you want to be like polite to people, you know, you kind of have to like hedge in some ways. But there's a lot of aspects of life that are that way. Can't believe I just failed the easiest fucking trick in the game, dude. Alright, I don't know why I didn't get the side hop before. If you can sub and want to, I'd really appreciate it, as it helps. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, of course, but then if somebody directly says, like, even as a response to that, if somebody directly says, oh, sorry, I can't, then it's like, what do you say to that? And I think it's totally fine to just say, yeah, that's fine. Because, like, you know, it's fucking politeness, right? Like, who the fuck is looking at somebody saying something like that and being like, oh, like, who's taking that at fucking face value, right? Like, obviously, that's just being polite. Like, if you say, yeah, that's fine, it's like, well, no, obviously, it's not fine, dumb shit. Like, yeah, it would be better if you did, but, like, I'm not gonna fucking make you feel guilty over it. Like, I don't know, it's like, you know, it's like if you're at a fucking, if you walk into a fucking McDonald's and you want some fucking ice cream, you know, if they tell you the fucking ice cream machine is down, you're gonna be like, oh, that's fine, probably. I mean, I would, to just be polite, but that's what it is, it's just being polite, because obviously it's not fine, because I wanted fucking ice cream, and now I can't have it, and you won't give it to me, and no, that's not fine, because that's the whole fucking reason I came here. It's 3 a.m., and I wanted some ice cream, and McDonald's was the only fucking place that was open, and you're not gonna give it to me, and that sucks, and I'm upset about it, but I'm gonna tell you it's fine, because that's the fucking nice thing to do, and that's just how being a person works. Like, I don't know if the people who think that that's hypocrisy are just really rude themselves, but I feel like they would have to have that much of an issue with people saying something like, it's fine. I don't know. Like, am I off base? Like, am I... Is that fucking crazy? Like... I don't know, man. I'm gonna save in case I waste all my bombs. Two for two. Wow, no! Now I'm not gonna be able to get the super slide. I'm 100% right. That's what I like to hear. Damn, I can't believe I failed that in such a stupid way. Alright, I'm more worried about the bombs than the time loss from that. If I don't get this, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay, I did. A little bit worried about my health, but shouldn't be. Everything that could feasibly kill me is gonna one-hit me anyways. I feel like a lot of people would hear what I was just saying about, like, people who think that that's hypocritical and think that I was just, like, making up people who think that to be, like, a total fucking straw man and just make it sound like I'm, like, all high and mighty or whatever. But I swear to God, I've seen multiple people, several people, with a surprisingly high amount of clout, which means you'd think they'd know how that shit like this goes down, but really fucking think this. Oh, I just barely made that. Oh, that was slick. Oh, that was so good. Hyped about that. Where's my jump? Come on. Alright, this fucking hookshot always takes me forever to get anyways. Alright, that quick one made up for it, I think. Made up for the time I lost. Yo, Clouds, what's up? This is probably a better run than the last one you saw me do. Which, that was probably like one of my first couple. Which this is still, I guess, one of my first couple. But it's, that's not where you throw that. Oh my god. Alright. I've done some dumbs in this run for certain. But I'm still feeling the PB. I died to Naburu in the PB. And fucking tried and failed Spirit Hover for some reason. Dude. Alright. I know that still counts. I'm almost dead though. Earlier I was like, I'm a little bit worried about my health, but anything that's going to kill me is going to one-hit me. And I forgot about falling into pits. Scene skip, yeah. Time save, 100% intentional. Dude, is there anywhere for me to get hearts? I know there are invisible chests there. What's in them? Oh, you know what I might do? I might just take the death to this. The chair? Yes, the chair. Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna do this though because I'm terrified of the Iron Knuckle fight. I know you gotta fight it either way, but if I died to it, I lose way less time. And I honestly, like, I haven't done a run in a while, so I feel like there's kind of a high chance that I do. Nah, we good. We living. We living. Don't even say a goddamn thing. This is so dumb. This is so fucking dumb. Why didn't I know exactly why I didn't open this. It's because I thought I mixed this up with when you do spirit hover and you land next to the chest that's up on the other side and you can't open that because it does a cutscene. I totally confused it with that one when in reality that chest is the only reason I'm even here. But, you know, it's all good. See, look how much fucking time I saved even doing that. That's a fucking free gold for next time. Potato salad. Ah, shit. I forgot to change my title. Song requests are off. Although, we already had that in the song requests. I think the last time you were here, the song requests were fucked so that any song that was like copyrighted pretty much didn't play. That's fixed now, and it'll play pretty much anything. So that's cool. But yeah, I turned them off because I wasn't really feeling it for some reason. Song's produced. That's produced by Kanye. I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't mind that song. I wasn't really paying that much attention to it though, because I was speedrunning. The beat. Yeah, I did like the beat. Beat was good. I used to be really shitty at this, like, fire skip thing, whatever you call it, damage boosts. But, I was bad at it. Because, now you know what? I'm not even gonna do the fucking strat, because I'm just gonna go in here and grab bombs anyway. So there's some bombs from that guy. There's some bombs from this chest. I feel like I needed those. Now, what I might have been able to do is do the actor glitch, get that, and then come back and do the skip. I'm not 100% sure about that. But for now, I feel like I'm better off playing it safe. I'm just going to do that for now. Next run. This is fantastic. I'm going to die. Okay, didn't die. have half a fucking heart, dude. Getting fucking blown on by the wind is gonna kill me right now. No. I know you can't do actor once you activate the switch. I'm saying what I could have done is do it and then go in the other room to grab the fucking bombs and then come back out and do the I think it would have reloaded because I would have entered and left. I would have left and entered again, and I think that probably counts. Does that count as leaving the room though? Going through there. I imagine it probably does. Because I know it gets fucked when you leave the room. Never tried it. I mean, it's such a pleb strat anyway that, like, what's the point? Alright. Lots of time save in this split. I died to Naburu in the PB. So this is where the run goes off. And that's either going to happen in a good way or a bad way, depending whether I die or not. Have a lot of bumps so you don't need more. Yeah, pretty much. I fucking... Did you come in before or after? No, it was after. It was right after. I did the fucking silver block skip. And I just fucking clipped back out of it, so I had to super slide again. And then I failed it, so I wasted like 4 more bombs than I had to. So that was pretty stupid. But, yeah, hopefully not going to die to Naburu. I know exactly why I did last time. I had somebody in the chat who actually knew what they were talking about that let me know why I died. Here we fucking go. Alright. 7 minutes 20. Under time. I have a shitload of bombs. Because I got the chest. Yeah, it happened before you said anything in chat. I don't know if you were here or not, but yeah, that's what happened. Dude, I have so many mistakes this run too. I can't imagine this doesn't PB now. Maybe like if I die to Twinrova. If that fucking happens, I feel like a dumbass. But yeah, like I would have to make another really dumb mistake in order not to BB this. Which is definitely not out of the realm of possibility, so I part of me doesn't want to jinx it, but I don't know why I bothered taking up my sword, because I don't need it. Alright, and I know now how to use the hookshot effectively in this fight. I didn't know that before. Never practiced with it, so I'm probably not going to be too good. But there's at least a few situations where I think I'm probably going to do fine. Dude, I wish you could double hit him. Alright, I was worried about that, but she stayed in my line of fire, so that's good. Oh, dude. That was a dope fight. That was awesome. Excuse me? Was that not 4 hits? Alright, that was definitely it. What the fuck? I thought that was 4. I must have miscounted. Unless I accidentally, like, triggered an extra cycle or something. Totally possible that that's just a thing that you can do. It's only 4 if you do the hookshot thing. Really? Okay. I almost got like a short hop there, I think. Scary. Got the hat trick. Alright. Good run. We're in good run territory. So free, 100%. It's, what do you mean it's only 4 if you do the hookshot thing? Do you mean it's 5 otherwise? And what hookshot thing specifically? Because I know there's a thing where like you fucking go to the middle and like pull out the hookshot to trigger the phase, or like, because I thought I did that, but maybe I didn't do it right. But then I know there's a thing where you can use the hookshot to like lock him in place, and I was trying to do that, but I don't think I was doing that right either. But I can just look it up later if it's like too much for you to explain or whatever. Like, there's a good chance it's more complicated than I'm making it sound. It's hot as balls in here. Missed what I said? Yeah, don't worry about it. I was just asking about like fucking game mechanics. I'll look it up later. Dude, this fucking fan is just blowing hot air at me, and it sucks. If you know, I was asking what you meant about the with the hookshot thing, because I thought there was something like you can pull out the hookshot to start phase 4 or phase 2 of Twinrova, but then there's also a thing where you use the hookshot to like lock her in place, and I was trying to do both of those things, but I feel like I wasn't doing either one right. You shoot them with it and they spin. Okay. So you have to actually shoot it. It's not just pulling it out. So how does that relate to starting phase 2 early? If you do that on the 4th hit, it starts phase 2 instead of doing a 5th. Alright, definitely gonna do that next time. I'm really worried that one of these days I'm just gonna forget how one of these songs goes, and I'm gonna lose like 3 minutes because I'm gonna spend like 2 of those trying to play it and failing. They just spin instead of fly around. Yeah, I thought for some reason you just had to like pull it out or arm it. If you actually have to shoot it, that makes sense why I wasn't getting it. Free time save for the PB for the next run, exactly. I only found out extremely recently that you don't have to like double tap hookshot to use it. You can just hold it until it's armed. I feel kind of stupid about that. I mean, I don't feel stupid. Like, why would I know if I didn't know? Like, how would I know? But now I do, and that's the important part. That's so fucking bad. Thank you. Knowledge is power. That's true. Yeah, Salvo's fights are annoying. And I get some fucking health, so I have it for the next one. Alright. Tiny part of me wants to just meme and do an unbuffered block clip, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not a dumb shit. Dude, why can't I buffer 1 frame right now? Thank you. That's stupid. It's fine though. ZG's will roll under them when they jump attack and stab him in the back, and then they jump again and he does the same thing. Okay. That doesn't sound too bad. Maybe I should try that. I was a frame early. You don't know how, but he's really good at it. Dude, he's ZFG. That's how. There we go. Alright, leave those on. That's the kind of shit that I'm gonna stop losing time to, like, easily, because that's just doing enough runs. The category MST is a 3-letter acronym in honor of ZFG. That can 100% and is 100% true. Does anybody, what does ZFG stand for? Because I couldn't find it when I Googled it, but I didn't spend that long Googling it. Zelda Freak Glitcha. That makes sense, I guess. Now that's probably him. Dude, I skipped Navi both times. I think that's the first time I've actually done that. That was really good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. That is harder than it looks. Alright. Ooh, hot gold incoming. On the wrong side of this damn chest. Zelda fan gamer. Dude, I've fucking said this before in like Discord, but one of the first usernames I've ever had was my username on GameFAQs back in the day, and the username was Mario is my idol 88. And the 88 was came from 888, which was too long for the username. But that came from a Neopets account that I made where I wanted the name Fillmore because I really liked the show Fillmore, which was a fucking that show about like it was like a parody of like 80s cop shows, but it was a kids show. And I liked it a lot. I wanted that to be my username on Neopets, but it was taken and it suggested Fillmore 888, and I liked that, so I started using 888 for everything. But it wouldn't fit after Mario is my idol, so it was just 88. Ghost of Shadow, like a ghost in the Shadow Temple. Huh. I would have thought, I probably would have thought Shadow from Sonic before that. I imagine a lot of people might do that. Yo, somebody fucking retweeted my optical illusion tweet and tweeted it at Vsauce. Dude, what if I got a retweet from Vsauce? If you guys haven't seen that, go to my Twitter, Scatter TV, and check it out. Because I was trying to fuck with my layout earlier, and I put a gradient on my splits, and I switched it back and forth between vertical and horizontal, but it looked like it was diagonal for a second, and then your eyes would like slowly realize, and it would kind of like switch back. That was pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm going to do something during this cutscene while I have the opportunity. Saw Cloud and thought it looked cool. Ghosts of Tsushima. Is that new game? Is that new game that they showed at E3? Yeah, I think it is. That game, that looked kind of cool. I feel like it was boring though, because everybody was just waiting for Death Stranding during that conference. Yeah, the Vsauce plug. That's how you get viewers. See, I should have put a fucking watermark. I mean, it splits. It splits. So everybody's gonna fucking see Michael from Vsauce retweet it. They're gonna see, oh, this guy must speedrun. I gotta check that out. What's his username? Oh, I go to his profile. Oh, it's all right there. Links to all his shit. I gotta join that. I'm gonna have fucking 80,000 Twitch followers and Twitter followers. If Michael from Vsauce retweets me, please, Dad, make my day. Give me that hot retweet. That's gonna get me the Twitch bucks. Overestimating the effort? I mean, some people. He has, what, like a fucking trillion followers? Some people would definitely do that. That's the thing. It's all a fucking game of numbers, right, with this kind of stuff. If you put, you know, if you get something like that in front of 10 people, probably none of them are gonna put in that effort. If you get it in front of 1 million people, even if fucking one person out of that million does, that's something. I know I put the number 80,000 on it. That probably is reaching a little bit optimistic, but you know, it's just kind of a law of large number. Like if you roll a dice like 1 million times, if you roll a dice 6 million times, a million of those are going to come up to be ones. Like, no matter what, pretty much. Right? Like, 1% of people follow me on Twitch and 1% regularly show up. That's like 100. 1% of 1% of a million is 100. And that's still a shitload for Twitch concurrent viewership. But I do think that 1% number is extremely high. Yeah, in there. Partner before we know it. All thanks to Michael from Vsauce. I'm going to have to give back to him one of these days. Yeah, it's 1%. It's as low as you can go. Like, it can't be any lower because then it'd be 0%. What are you, fucking stupid? 0.5 and 0.2. What, are you trying to put actual numbers on this, or are you talking about something else? You think 0.5% of people would follow and 0.2 would regularly show up? It's way lower. It is, realistically, it's way the fuck lower, especially since Michael from Vsauce does not have an audience that tends to overlap with speedruns. Probably. Fucking maybe he does. I don't know. I have a feeling a larger percentage of Michael from Vsauce's audience feel that this speedrun is cheating than people who would actually enjoy watching it. I don't know what gives me that feeling, but I do have it. I probably could have safely backwalked, but I was afraid. Oh, come on. I want to gold this. I don't think I can, but I want to. I don't need to farm bombs, at least. Sometimes I do. In here. Should have backwalked. It's fine. I was practicing this the other day for some reason, even though it's piss easy. Just gotta be sure sometimes that... Alright. Sure, that's what I get for saying it was piss easy. Sure, we all saw that coming. That's fine. Still a gold. We in there. Really, the only thing left that I'm worried about is the knuckle fight. But even that, I think, can go kind of well. Like, I can just do it casually. It's fine. Probably gonna end up doing that. Do I do like the good strat for him? I did in my PB. I haven't really practiced it since, and that was a while ago. I might see how it goes and just kind of go for it. I think I died in the tower on my PB too, so this is fine. I'm pretty sure I also forgot to grab the the boss key. So there's a bit of free time save here. Yeah, get it out of there early so I have less to climb up later. Oh my god. I'm throwing! Alright, no, come on. I'm fucking 11 minutes ahead, or I was. I can do this. If I get a 140, I'll be happy with it. And if I don't get a 140, I'm gonna quit forever. Beefed it. Sure did. The shield strats are the real strats. Why do you think those words rhyme? Yeah, see? Easy. I forgot to get this chest earlier in my PB. So, me doing this is time safe. That's how that works. Alright, I'm gonna have to do the fucking double knuckle strats, dude. Nice. I'll take it. I'll fucking take that all day. Dude, I cannot explain how I felt when I got up to that door and realized I didn't get the boss key, dude. It's such a dumb mistake. Alright. This is a fucking free gold. I don't understand why it is, but it is. This cutscene, wait, how long is this cutscene? It's not fucking, like, 3 minutes. It's like a minute, if anything. Maybe more than, it's no more than 2 minutes, is it? No way. Ganondorf banging out the tunes. It is pretty funny that they make Ganondorf play the fucking organ. You don't want to throw out a number? Because you don't know, or because you don't want to disappoint me? Okay, because you don't know. I don't think it's any more than 2 minutes. I think I can... It's like 3 minutes. I could probably still gold. If I can't, it's not a big deal. I'm not losing too much time here. Like, the cutscene isn't like 5 minutes long. I'm not losing too much time, and that's what matters. I can still PB by more than 10 minutes, which is awesome. If I do that, I'll be 100% satisfied. And then, you know, I got the 150. I'll have the 140. Next time, I'll get the 130. Then I got the 120. Then I got the 110. And that's world record. So... sounds like a plan to me. Yeah, God, that was like no time. That was like less than 2 minutes for sure. Alright, this is both of them. Come on. What in the fuck did I just do? I pulled bomb, which was the dumbest thing ever. Fuck this whole thing. That's the dumbest mistake I've ever made. That's the fucking easily the dumbest mistake I've ever fucking made. No, it's not. No, it's not. I save warped that Ganon one time, like 2 PBs ago, and I had to do Ganondorf twice. That was less stupid. That was more stupid, rather, than just pressing the wrong button. I could have just not pressed any fucking button, but no, fucking pull bow to make sure you fucking get him. Yeah, okay. I could have just fucking gotten him anyway. What jump slash are you talking about? I feel like I don't jump slash for Dorf. Oh, no, yeah, you are supposed to. Fuck. Okay, so that would have been bad either way. Even if it wasn't for the bomb thing, that would have been bad either way. So this is... That makes it fine, right? Okay. Shouldn't need much more magic than this. Any more magic than this, hopefully. Alright, so losing time. That's fine. You know, a little bit of time loss. We're way ahead. All I need to do is get through this fight. And that's it. I have plenty of bombs for Void Warp and Super Slide. I can try both of those like 4 times. I am using YZK. I just usually have bow on Z. Wait, YZX. I usually have bow on Z for that, which is why I fucked up. Because that time I was like, oh, I'll put bomb on X, since I don't want to equip it over bombs. But the muscle memory got me. It's over. It's not over. Couldn't get the ISG. What's wrong with me? I wasn't even slashing. I'm pressing fucking B. What the fuck is wrong with me? This isn't the one fucking magic in it. Oh, this is so stupid. Jesus. That probably wasn't even worth the hook shot. Yeah, it must be the fucking lag, dude. That was a risky jump, to say the least. No, don't do that. I lost 3 minutes to the dumbest shit ever. 2.5. I thought that said 256. Alright. That's okay. So yeah, the lag, I need to make sure I didn't realize the lag would be as bad as that. Alright, I'm 8 minutes ahead, going into Ganon. I think I have some free time save here. I'm gonna first try the Super Slide. I'm gonna first try Void Warp. Honestly, like, I never fail Void Warp. Hardly ever. I know that's a major fucking jinx. But I feel good about it. I'm confident. And it is RNG too. If I get, like, RNG'd off the side. Runners look down to avoid it? Damn, okay. I didn't know that. I'm not gonna start doing it yet. But, I didn't know it. I was getting stupid shit trying to do Void Warp the other day where I just I couldn't fucking pull the bomb during the side up, and I have a feeling that had to do with lag too. But it was really, really annoying. try everything. That's the plan. Alright, didn't get got by the Rita. That's cool. Don't love that. Okay. A minute 30 a time save? That's a lot. Although 8, so I'm like right now I'm about 13 minutes away from PB and I'm 8 minutes under as of last split. So that means if this split, I would break even with PB if I beat the game in 5 minutes. Which seems about right. Like this cutscene is like kind of long. And then the Ganon fight takes a while. 5:30-ish. I'm not good at it either is the thing. Like I'm gonna do it pretty slow. Yeah, I think this segment is probably going to be about even with PB, but I'm totally fine with an 8-minute PB. Kind of pissed about the time lost there in the last bit, but I mean, you know, when you're this early in your career running a game, that's just kind of every PB you have is going to have a bunch of dumb mistakes. Like this one. What did I just do? This one, I don't remember, like, Minuet. Oh, yeah, I fucking died. I died to the guy that you're supposed to, like, the guy with the club in Meadow. I died to him. That was pretty stupid. I don't know if there's anything else that was, like, a huge dumb mistake. I failed gate skip. That was, like, probably 45-second time loss. So lots of improvement for sure for next time. I'm not at the point yet where I have to start learning like really good strats to PB, which is good. That's a comfortable spot to be in. Like, I'm still going to do the fight, like, one at a time, pretty much. I'm not going to do, like, the power crotch stabs. Because those are risky, you know, I was never good at them. They're risky for me, at least. So I'm just going to stick to what works. I found that not being able to see what was going on really hurt me. Now, I said stick with what works. That doesn't really apply if the thing that I say works doesn't. I just did sword slashes in the wrong direction. Okay, so first phase down. That's all good. Yeah, I don't have much time save here, but at least not that I can take advantage of. But that's fine. Like I said, perfectly happy with a 145. That's still a pretty big PB, all things considered. Like, if I died again, and I'll be pissed. Can't really see that happening, although the one time it will happen is the time I say some dumb shit like that. I'm still fucking terrified of him is the problem. It's probably making me go a little bit slower than normal. Oh my god. I did one more sword slash than was than I wanted to, really. Jump slash the tail, really? Yeah, okay. Maybe after I practice it, I'll just stick to this. Okay. Time to target his tail, and slash does more damage, and you can see what you're doing. Okay. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna have to practice that. I wouldn't have like switched to that, you know, like in the middle of a run or anything. All right. You know what? I'm happy with the fucking 150 or 146 too. I know I said 145, but. Oh shit. Okay, that was a 145. That was a 145 for sure. Damn. Alright, well,